Hi everyone, welcome to StunnerShare. So today we are going to see the continuation of Secret of Pivot Boss book reading chapter 3. We are covering the topics on money zone. So we have covered several topics. So what I would request you to do is, before going into this video, kindly watch the previous videos which I have uploaded under the concepts of money zone, so that you will be able to understand what all we have discussed over there, and accordingly you can take some understanding out of it. And then if you watch this video, you will be able to understand the continuation of it and where are we heading to. Okay, so till now we have discussed on money zone. What is money zone? What is the market profile? Money zone is nothing but time and price relationship. Market profile will tell you which is the area where overvalued, undervalued and fair valued price is there, and that will be helping you to understand where buyers and sellers will be there. And also there is a market profile structure diagram. The area, the particular trading, a particular zone where a trading activity happens, that is called as point of control, which is also called as value line. And where 70% of the trading activity happens, that is called as value area high and value area low. So that is also called as money zone high and money zone low. Apart from that, this is the money zone levels, value, point of control, value area high and value area low. And we also discussed about point of control, what is point of control and what is the fairest value and what happens at the fairest value, where responsive sellers and buyers come in, what's the help of initiative buyers and initiative sellers, all those has been covered. And then we have also covered about the developing point of control, which will help you to understand dynamically where the depok is getting placed, and statically you will be able to understand for that tomorrow's analysis, so that you will be able to understand how the market is going to play. So this is the example which I've given about the responsive buyers and sellers place and what needs to be happen and all those. And today we are going to discuss on the topic which is called as value area. So as I've discussed in the previous videos, if you go and watch it, the price where most of the time the trading activity is happening, okay, that is called as point of control. So the market participants will enter when the price is trading at the point of control zone, and they will push the price to overvalue zone or the undervalue zone. Okay, so that means technically responsive buying and initiative selling occurs at the value, and while responsive selling and initiative buying occurs at the above the value. So what am I trying to say is, right, whenever there is a overvalued zone, so that is a place where responsive selling happening. And whenever there is a lower value zone or low value zone, that is a place where responsive buying happens, and that I've clearly explained in the previous video. And watch the video so that you will be able to understand what has been discussed in that. And the value area, which will tell you where is the place where you can understand as overvalue or lower value. See, point of control is going to tell you what is the fair value. And when the price comes to fair value, it will push to overvalue or it will push to lower value. Or whenever the price reaches a over value, it will push the price to fair value. Or whenever the price is at the lower value, it will push the price to fair value. You know, by the single line, whatever is here, this is called as point of control. You are aware of it. But how you will know where is the overvalue or undervalue? So that actually matters, right? So that is where whenever there is a 70% of trading activity is happening for a given period of time, say for example daily or hourly or 30 minutes or 15 minutes, based on that you will be able to identify the value area high and value area low. So that value area high is basically called as the overvalue zone. That value area low, that is basically called as the lower value zone. So see, lot of technical terminologies comes into play. So kindly concentrate and understand. If you feel that I'm going too fast, maybe you slow down the speed in the video so that you will be able to understand or slowly listen to it. Okay, so POC is nothing but the fair value zone. Responsive sellers enters at the overvalue zone. Responsive buyers enters at the lower value zone. Okay, so we know these zones. But how you will know responsive sellers will enter here? Why can't they enter here? Why should they enter here? Why the responsive buyers has to enter here? They can enter here also, right? Why are they entering here? To answer all this, you have to understand what is value area. The outer limits of the value area are quite important. So that is where you will be able to understand the fight between the buyers and sellers, because this is the responsive seller zone. So this is the overvalue zone. So here sellers has pushed the market today, but the next day the buyers push the market up. So that means they broke the low overvalue zone and they went upside. That means initiative buyers entered here. So you need to understand that. So again, I'm repeating the upper boundary, which is called as the value area high. Okay, let me go into here. The upper boundary, which is called as the value area high, that is the place where responsive sellers will enter or initiative buyers will enter. Okay, so you have to understand this terminology. I'm explaining again. This is the place where responsive sellers will enter to push the price downwards to POC, or initiative buyers will enter to push the price to upside. Okay, and that is the example which has been clearly told here. See, at this place responsive sellers entered, but the next day initiative buyers entered to push the price up. So you need to first understand where the group of market participants will be putting the money. Will they be putting the money here to sell, or will they be putting the money here to buy? So that is what you need to understand. So the opposite of it is called as the value area low. Okay, so value area low is nothing but where responsive buyers will enter the place to push the price to fair value, or initiative sellers will enter the place to push the price to lower value. Okay, so you need to understand that, and that is what the example which has been clearly shown over here. So if you see the example here, so this is the value area high and this is the value area low. And if you also remember that, okay, this is the value area high and this is the value area. If you also remember, this is called as the point of control, which we have seen in the previous examples. If you see over here, this is the point of control. This is the line, and that is the same chart which has been displayed over here. Okay, so now how this point of control is marked, how this value area high is marked, how this value area low is marked, it is all based on the previous day's trading activity. Previous day's trading activity, based on it, we are getting marked this. So whenever there is a maximum of trading activity is happening at a place, that is called as point of control. Where there is 70% of trading activity is happening as the value area high and value area low. Clear? So this is all has been discussed in previous videos, and the same example has been used in the entire chapter. So you watch the video first and then you will be able to understand this concept clearly. Clear? So all these are marked. 70% of trading activity, value area high and value area low is all marked. So as soon as, see, once the price enters this zone, okay, where is it? Okay, once the price enters this zone, honestly speaking, initiative buyers entered over here and they push the price towards here. And why? And then responsive sellers entered over here. Why they entered? Already this price is over value zone and it is too extended, and that is why this place is called as the responsive sellers above value zone. So they have entered this place, and now what they have done, they have pushed the price back to the point of control zone. Point of control we had here, right? And they pushed the price to point of control zone. So from the top, value area high zone with responsive sellers entered and they pushed the price to point of control. But did it stop over here? No. The price actually went till value area low zone, and that is where responsive buyers entered the market. Why do they enter? They entered the market because they feel that the price is lower value, so we have to enter to push the price to fair value. So again they push the price to fair value, and entire day the market remained at the same point of control zone. And after that, what has happened? It is nothing but the initiative sellers who has entered the market and they push the price below the lower value zone. So once the initiative sellers entered over here, they push the price downwards. Only understand something very clearly. I'm repeating it again. Actually, I've repeated it in the previous two videos also. So let me repeat it again. Whenever there is a responsive sellers entering the market or responsive buyers entering the market, their target is going to be point of control. They will push the price to point of control. That is what their work, and they will complete their work and they will go away. But if you want the price to go break out or break down and expand to a new region, that is where initiative buyers or initiative sellers will enter the market. So initiative sellers enter the market here to push the price downwards. If initiative buyers have to enter, they will enter over here to push the price upwards, and further they will enter over here, they will push the price further upward. So you have to clearly understand where the responsive buyers and sellers will enter, where the initiative buyers and sellers will enter. If responsive selling is happening or responsive buying is happening, what would be their expected target? If initiative buying or initiative selling is happening, what would be the target, or what will be the zones where it will reach? Okay, so you have to clearly understand this concept. If you are not understanding this concept, then going further will not help you at all, because after completing this value area, we will be going into developing value area. Once developing value area is completed, then we will be concentrating on volume at price. So once the volume at price is completed, chapter 3 is over. We have to move to chapter 4. If you have not understood chapter 3 at all, chapter 4 is of no use. So I'm repeating you again, watch the video again and again to understand what has been told. What is the key points which you have to understand or which you have to take. Accordingly, if you learn and make notes, you will be able to understand the concept very easily and apply in the live market, and also come to know what is going to happen, etc. etc. Clear? So the next topic we'll be listening to is called developing value area, and after that we have to go into the another topic which is called as volume at point, and after that chapter 3 is over, we have to go to chapter 4. So I'm requesting you guys again, please watch these videos repeatedly in a slow motion, playback speed, put it into 0.75 or 0.5 and understand it clearly so that you will be able to get through these concepts. Clear? So if you feel the content is good, kindly give a like, share and subscribe to your friend. Kindly give a like, share and subscribe. Also please feel free to share this content to your friends and family so that they will also be they will also be able to understand the concepts and also play in the market with the proper knowledge. And also if you have any other feedback you wanted to share, please use the comment section. Thanks a lot. Stay tuned for more videos.